Good morning, Maestro. I hope you're doing well. Yesterday, I sang with the great Denis, Albanese, and Buzea. Here's a recording of me and Buzea. Put on headphones and lower my voice to the minimum. My voice is focused in the abdomen with a small mouth opening, and I feel an inner sensation of yawning. Very good. All your singing must have a proper reference point. At your current stage, you only need to imitate and learn the vocal production methods of great singers. The time to showcase your individuality will come later, but not now. Focusing the voice in the abdomen and using a small mouth opening is correct. However, there's one issue. You should not force your breath into the oral mask. You still exhibit this problem. When you apply pressure above the vocal cords, your abdominal support disappears. Throughout the entire singing process, everything above the vocal cords must be completely relaxed. You still have tension that needs to be reduced. You mentioned feeling an inner yawn. This only opens up the back of the mouth and causes excessive breath loss. Beginners can do this, but you don't need it now. It only causes harm. Singing without the yawning sensation is much better. Don't follow what people commonly say. They are all based on incorrect theories. Remember, there isn't a single person in the world who has mastered proper breath support through yawning. Franco Corelli asked his students to practice this way, but even after 30 years, they still haven't mastered breathing technique and are still shouting. I will write a separate paper explaining the concept of yawning in singing. We need to derive an effective method from it, but humans don't understand this yet. I'll tell you more in the future. My student said, I noticed some improvement compared to last time. The tension in my mouth has significantly reduced, and I feel this change daily. My lower and middle ranges have gained more strength and support, and my breath control has improved. My vibrato also feels better. I think listening to Totono Paris's performance of O Luna really helped my vibrato. I could clearly hear that his vibration comes from the abdomen and notice the complete opening and closing of his vocal cords. Just by listening and humming along, I felt my breathing improve. I haven't fully imitated him yet, but I'll keep trying to better understand the opening and closing of the vocal cords. My response too. The tension in your mouth has decreased, but there's still too much tension in your throat. This causes the breath to escape too early, leading to insufficient resonance. You need to let the breath resonate inside your body for as long as possible. You mentioned Totono Paris. That's great, but his breath support is rather shallow. If not handled properly, it can lead to shouting. My breath support here is much better. Watch VVT1 You can imitate him and send me your next recording. My student said 3 areas to improve. I still feel some tension in the mask area when singing high notes, especially on the final high notes. However, over time, I feel this tension decreasing. Last night, I wore a diaphragm band, and during the final high note, I felt my lower abdomen almost explode. A month ago, I could never have felt that. In the passaggio high notes, I used to feel my voice stuck entirely in the hard palate. Now I sense it between the hard and soft palates, preventing it from pressing too much against the soft palate. This allows me to fill the range from 12 o'clock to 3 o'clock. So yes, I'm improving. My breath is reaching my abdomen more and more each day. Every time I sing, my abdomen feels sore and my face no longer feels fatigued, which is a big change. I'd rate myself 25 points. Last time I gave myself 20. My response 3, I'm hesitant. Should you be singing high notes at your current stage? If you don't, it feels like you're not truly a tenor. But strictly speaking, your high notes are still incorrect. High notes should be produced through rhythmic abdominal force, but you're still placing too much tension above the vocal cords. Of course, there's been noticeable improvement. You can keep singing high notes for now, and I will correct you later. My low and middle ranges have further improved, but I feel there's still room for more. My breath hasn't fully reached the abdomen yet, but it's gradually descending. The sound is becoming rounder, and as my breath lowers further, it will naturally get even rounder. In terms of posture, I feel more freedom. My hands and body are moving now. Previously, I always kept still, fearing that moving would seem arrogant or fake, which made me tense. Last night, I finally realized how much tension I had created. Now my movements feel much more natural and free, all thanks to engaging my lower abdomen. My response 4. Don't focus too much on the dantian, lower abdomen breath. Think about how to store the breath in your abdomen, how to apply pressure, and where to place that pressure. The connection between abdominal pressure and the adjustment of the resonance chambers is complex. You'll need to learn this step by step. A simple way to judge: when you sing a note, what's the ratio between the area above and below your vocal cords? In your case, I'd say over 80% of the pressure is above the vocal cords, and only about 20% comes from abdominal breath support. That's too little. You need to change this ratio to at least 50-50. This is directly related to improving your abdominal function, its space, flexibility, and how breath flows through it. You're doing well. Keep practicing like this. As for my score, I don't think you've reached the level where I'm ready to rate you yet, but your self-assessment of 25 points is accurate, so I won't give a score this time. Keep up the hard work.
Non una stella brilla in mezzo al cielo, la stella mia, tu sei sul mio cammino, tu m'accompagni e segui il mio destino, tu sei la vita e la felicità. Mai più dimmi che tu non sai ingannare il sogno mio d'amore per sempre sei tu.